Conservatives these days like to argue that maybe unions had their place once, a century ago, when we faced rampant income inequality and unsafe working conditions. But those problems are gone, they like to say. Today, everyone's doing just fine. It's an argument, of course, that's based more on their ideology than on fact. The truth is, today, we face levels of income inequality not seen since the Great Depression. In the past 35 years, income has grown only for the top 20%, which means that everyone else, fully 80% of the population, has actually seen their income go down. Now, if we continue down this path, we will be the first generation in history to leave less to our children than what we inherited from our parents, and I, for one, am going to fight not to be that generation. En 1996, le Parti libéral du Canada a éliminé le salaire minimum fédéral, ce qui a entraîné un nivellement vers le bas pour tous les paliers gouvernementaux. Eh bien, lorsque nous formerons le gouvernement en 2015, nous allons niveler vers le haut. Nous allons rétablir le salaire minimum fédéral et croyez-moi, il s'agit d'un salaire suffisant pour qu'une famille vive correctement. At the same time that these same governments are undermining wage and labor standards, they're dismantling basic health, safety, and environmental protections. Oil spills, beef recalls, train derailments. Communities and individuals are being put at risk. And what do these things have in common? Well, governments are no longer upholding their most basic responsibility, to protect the public. Last year, in my home province, 47 people on a lovely July evening were in a terraced area having a drink, and 47 people were vaporized when a train filled with highly volatile crude oil derailed and exploded. While the courts have yet to deal with this case, it's worth noting that the only people who have been charged so far have been workers, not the company, not the owners. It was the United Steelworkers who fought for a decade after the Westray mine disaster in Nova Scotia to pass legislation holding companies criminally responsible for creating dangerous working conditions. Yet, in the decades since that legislation was finally passed, not a single company has ever been charged. As the USW has called for and demanded, it is time to enforce the law.